quick cool story here. This is my second time in Costa Rica. The first time was 2 years ago. I was here for a short 5-6 days. I was out one night with my ex-girlfriend, and we met these two pretty cute girls. Randomly kind of kept tabs, just, reacting to each other's stories here and there, but not really keeping up in touch. We haven't really talked, but just throughout the years, I think a lot of information has matured throughout just sharing stories on Instagram. That's like the power of having a good Instagram, or an interesting life, or an interesting personality where you can convey the mundane in an interesting way, which one might even call art. And we're all artists at the end of the day as humans. So, obviously my ex-girlfriend and I aren't together, we're still on good terms. However, I hit these two people up, and one was very responsive, and the other one was kind of lukewarm, but I massaged it a bit. Now she's also excited that I'm here. I just arrived today, and they're both supremely receptive. They're not even friends with each other. But this is the power of having really good cold approach skills and people skills. Actually, frankly, the approach itself wasn't anything crazy. In fact, nothing crazy really went down. I was with my ex at the time. We could have our own. But just being able to connect with them in just enough of a way that was strong enough to then lead to openness later on is pretty fucking cool. Because now we got some allies here on the ground that we can hit up and plug into the nightlife, the social life, the party life, the fun life, the good venues and things like that. Now we have locals that can actually do that, and fun people to go out with, potentially. So fucking dope. So dope. Like, how else would I have met these people? Maybe over online, maybe over the apps. Yeah, you could do that too, but it's cool to have had done it in the past, in passing, while we were out anyways, and then still be able to have those types of connections. Years later, with not even that much effort. And there's still the potential that something can go down. The text, we're getting a little spicy, and I do like caliente. So this has happened here and there throughout life, and it kind of surprises me and blows my mind, but also it's just become kind of a normalized thing. And I just appreciate it every time, because it's just like, that's cool. I don't know how often this happens. Right? There's a girl who's a friend who I met 4 years ago in Ukraine, and I put on my story, I'm going to Bojan. She's like, you're coming? Like, let me know when. I'll create a plan for you, an itinerary, just let me know the dates. It's so fucking dope. So cool, just because I don't know, we were just chilling, having fun, partying in Ukraine together. It's that's so cool. And just to have friends around the world to be able to plug into that way. And if I have friends too that are going to these places, now I can connect them with these people if I trust them. If they're good people, they're not gonna creep out my other friends or make things weird. Now they can enhance one another's experiences. That's fucking dope. That's so much value to share. And it's such a personal thing too. I think people underestimate how personal and how much value it is. It's game changing. Going to a country by yourself, not knowing anybody or knowing nothing, versus oh cool, I went there, and then someone else showed me the ropes, took me out, showed me somewhere, or at least told me all the places to check out that were worthwhile, that are up to date. The local experience, not the touristy bullshit. Another example of this was, dude, I was hitting fucking a wall when I was in New York. I got laid off, first job. I was working another job for free. I was getting my licenses. I was displaced by a hurricane, and so I was subletting from this Israeli girl in Chinatown. And then I got another job offer, and I had about 2.5 months to blow. So I started booking one-way tickets around the world. One of the places I stopped was Israel. I had to. Now, I'm not pro-Palestine, pro-Israel, or any of that shit. I'm not going to get involved with that. I appreciate people for people. We're all connected. Every country has its amazing aspects and not so amazing aspects. No place is perfect. No group of people are perfect. It's not a political conversation. But I remember going there, couch surfing, did not know shit, stayed out in the middle of this hood, far away. And there was a lovely couple who welcomed me, and I was very grateful to have a roof over my head. But I was sleeping on this like mat on the floor, and then I would just like see bugs like crawling all over. I was like, fuck. Oh man. Okay, well whatever. At least like, I was young, poor, whatever. Like, now I got this Airbnb. Damn, appreciate this so much, right? Clean, amenities, gym, personality. Came with the brown dude.
That's a free upgrade for you.
So, I remember talking online with my old Airbnb, or not, sorry, the girl that I was subbing from, and she's like, yo, my best friend lives in Tel Aviv. You need to meet her, I'll introduce you. So the next day, I go to Tel Aviv, we have lunch, we have an Israeli breakfast. We get along. She sees that I'm normal, I see she's cool. And she's like, where are you staying? And I said this neighborhood. She's like, are you okay? I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, that's kind of the hood. And then I explained, oh man, I was like sleeping on the mat. I mean, the couple's nice, and I feel grateful for that. She's like, hold on. Makes a phone call. Comes back to me. He's like, hey, I didn't want to offer this immediately because I just didn't know you, even though you're friends with one of my best friends. And she said you were cool. But now that I've met you and I talked to you, I feel comfortable. Do you want to stay at our place? She's like, for reference, we have a pretty nice place in a nice neighborhood. Both my parents are lawyers, so we have an extra bedroom. I was like, are you sure? My mom always taught me, be mindful of, being a burden to other people. So, I just wanted to say, are you completely sure with it? No obligation, no pressure, just being mindful and showing appreciation. And she was like, yeah, of course. I was like, oh my God, thank God. So I like bounced out 24 hours. This person, amazing soul, she ended up taking me and her sister on a road trip all the way north. Haifa, Dead Sea, did the damn thing, Jerusalem, saw everything all in one day, got that experience, Wailing Wall, put a note, wrote down like our wish, plugged it into the wall, got to experience that, got to hear the wailing, the noise that people made, and just had this like very visceral experience. It definitely felt like, I had seen so much in such a short time, and I fell in love with the place that I wish I, could have spent even more time had I had the luxury of doing that. That was one of the first places where after I got on a plane to leave, to Turkey actually, which is where I'm going next, nearly 11 years later, where I was thinking, fuck, how could this be my life? I'm on a plane right now, I'm like, how can I just continue to see more and more of the world? And I had no plan, no idea, just like a dream. And crazy enough, I'm realizing like I'm living that dream that I've always desired. To go meet pretty girls, to see the world, and live life fully and make it one big party. And meet dope people along the way that I can call friends. And I just fell in love with the exploration and all the amazing people that were part of that journey that we met along the process. And I just feel so grateful for it. And it was one of those other moments where, to this day, I haven't gone back to Israel. I've met a bunch of cool Israeli people in different countries, but I knew that if I hadn't done it then, I would have no idea when I'd ever gone there. And I do wish one day, I'm sure there will be a time, because it was just such an amazing place, that it will happen. But there have been a handful of other places like that too, where the first time I went to Thailand, 2010, I was studying abroad in London. I had a friend say he was going to Thailand. I told my parents I wasn't coming back home this Christmas. They were like, why? Where are you going? I mentioned a couple neighboring countries in Europe, and they're like, okay. I tried to slide in Thailand. They're like, what? You're going all the way across the river, you're skipping over us to go there? Like, you might as well just come home. I was like, no, timing is right, I have to, blah, blah, blah. It took 10 years to then go back to Thailand again after that. And I had such an amazing time the first time too, plenty of stories, bonds formed, life seen and experienced. And that's when I started realizing more and more the power of just saying yes, fuck it, it's not convenient, make it happen. There's an invitation, there's an opening. One friend invited me, fuck it, just go. When am I gonna do this again? When is this ever gonna happen? now that so much time has passed and life has changed and elevated a lot of these invitations are coming a little bit more frequently than I can actually handle. But that's like a higher quality problem to have, and I still appreciate it. And I've been saying yes so much this year. Antarctica, Argentina, Cuba. There was a Brazil thing, and then this, Costa Rica, Turkey, Egypt. It's gonna be Morocco. Potentially even Japan at the end of the year. Who knows? Now, there's a sequence and order of operations to everything. But there's only so much delaying of gratification that you can do before you just like aren't living life and like learning and seeing things that can also affect how you go about working, choosing what you do, how you live life, and where. And so I want to encourage you guys to also take that opportunity, see the other side of it, make those friends, because with great cold approach skills, you can make a global network of amazing, kick-ass people, attractive women, not only become friends, but potential girlfriends, partners, or worlds collide and your friends become friends with your other friends. And the whole world just starts feeling a lot smaller. And it really is. It really does get to that place. And to do that all in a short period of time is impossible. It's like trying to build like an amazing garden and like planting all these seeds all at once and then hoping it grows overnight. But if you do it little by little, here and there, 1 or 2 countries every couple months, or once or twice a year, you just like are able to knock out a bunch, or plant down in a place and make it your home for a couple months or a couple years, which I have friends that have done. Now all of a sudden, the experience that you have, the people that you meet, the circles that you make, are also now part of your life in meaningful ways. And that just makes life so fucking cool. I always feel like it shifts my identity a bit, and like who I am, and like what I'm about, because I've lived in a different way than how I did where I came from. And it just makes me feel like I'm more of an adaptable person. And as I see more, I'll take these things and then bring them with me, and I'll distill the best and like do those things day in and day out and bring my own culture to wherever I go. So, that being said, thanks for listening. Hope this inspires you guys to improve on people skills, because it opens up the whole entire fucking world in a super fun way, in an adventurous way, in a passionate way. And what other way to make life so amazing and enjoyable than the quality of the people that are in? And I will leave you with one last quote, which is, every time I travel, the quality of my experience boils down to the quality of love and relationships and the people that I'm supremely grateful that I at least had one person, or I met a person, or met a group of people that then opened up a whole world or group of people to me, that made the experience that much more fun, enjoyable, and much more valuable experience. And a part of these memories that are flashing before my eyes. Alrighty? Until next time, peace!